At the outset, let me say that we are meeting today to know about the book Crusader or Conspirator, Colgate and Other Stories written by Sri Parak. I have known Sri Parak for practically something like 45 years. Therefore, I can speak very confidently about him and also about his book because I had occasion to read the book as well. I will begin by saying the book very clearly points out the gradual and later the sharp deterioration in the standards of governance in the country. All the instances that have been cited in the book call attention to the simple fact that there has been an erosion of values both in the civil services as well amongst the politicians. And the most important thing I would like to mention is he has very clearly delineated what are the ills of the country. 1, corruption. 2, crime. 3, communalism. 4, casteism. And an unholy nexus between corruption and crime, and therefore between politicians and criminals, resulting in the criminalization of politics and the politicization of criminals. So this seems to be one of the biggest problems that the country is now facing. According to Indian political theory, I am not talking to what Dr. Gautam has mentioned, but ancient Indian theory of politics, according to which there are 3 things. One is what is called Nita, or the principles of dharma. The other is called Niti, or the policies that should be followed to implement dharma on the ground. And the third one is Neta, the selection of the person who has to do it. So it is a combination that we are looking at, and a balance between Nita, Niti and Neta. Unless these 3 work harmoniously, only then can we have good governance, is the ancient principle. I would also like to say that we have today seeing and we are witness to one very important thing. One, a collusion between the Neta, the Dada, the Lala, the Jhola and the Hafta. All these things seem to have an unholy nexus and a combination which is actually affecting us. Also at the same time, we are finding that the distinction between public interest, private interest, political interest seems to have got blurred. So we need to have distinct clarity, and that is why we must say any action that you take must be from the point of clarity, clarity of the concept, clarity of the context, clarity of the content, clarity of the connectivity and clarity of the communication. Unless these things are properly put forward, only then can we be in a position to actually do what we set forth to do. The other very important thing I thought I should mention is here we are facing a big problem. The problem is the relationships between politicians and civil servants. This should be harmonious, based on truth, trust and transparency. Unfortunately, neither truth nor trust nor transparency today dictates the relationships between the politicians and the civil servants. And that is where we actually come to the need for administrative reforms, both for the police, the judiciary, the financial reforms, as well as industrial reforms. All these reforms are extremely important, and we have to actually look at governance as politicians having the compass setting the direction, and the civil servant also having a clock to see the pace at which we have achieved and the distance that we have covered. In one hand, we need a compass to set the correct direction. In the other hand, we need a clock to measure what has been done on the ground. These 2 things are extremely important for us. Also at the same time, we are finding, as very succinctly pointed out by Dr. Gautam Pingle, that we need to establish a correct balance between the state, the civil society and the citizen, and also the NGOs. Unless we are able to actually establish a correct balance, only then can we have good justice in our country. And that is why the rule of law is getting eroded very fast. And we need to actually look at what can be done for this particular thing. And this is where I would like to actually mention, again, I would quote from the Veda as to what is the correct remedy for the current stage and way of dealing with things. A very beautiful thing which is the basis of Indian ancient law is Shruti, Smriti, Sadachara, Swasyacha Priyam Atmanaha. Anyone who has to do something has to be guided by one, Shruti, Vedas, that is the distilled knowledge and experience of mankind, which is Shruti. For us it is the Constitution of India. Smriti, whatever is remembered, whatever is recollected, whatever is written, whatever is Itihas, whatever is Purana, this is actually called the Smriti. The third one is Sadachara, which is good conduct, good character, good actions and good behavior as well as good practices. And these good practices must move to next generation practices. This is a very, very important concept. And lastly is, if none of them give an answer to our dilemma, we need to actually look at the last thing, Swasyacha Priyam Atmanaha. What does the shrill voice of our conscience tells us? And that shrill voice of the conscience is what Sri Parak has followed literally and faithfully. That is why we all respect him as an individual, because he has always gone by his conscience, gone by his heart, and that is why we need to actually salute this individual who has fought a lone battle, and we all should actually support him in this struggle, and that is exceedingly important from our point of view. Also at the same time, when you look at and read what is happening and about the CBI, I must say, one, CBI is fast losing its credibility, fast losing its objectivity. I think CBI has to do some soul searching to see what it has to be done. And many times the press has reported that CBI is its master's voice. It is a caged parrot, and all the time they either extract, they retract, or they react. This is what people are saying about it, and therefore I think it also has to be something so that its lost elan can be regained, its reputation can be regained, and its autonomy properly exercised. This, I think, is extremely very important. That is why there has been a clamor that organizations like the CBI must be under the Lokayuk or under the Lokpal. Only then can we expect good justice coming from such an organization.